Alright boys, starting this video at the engine builder. Damn! It's in a bag and it still looks great. I'm so pumped about this. Alright, let's get it back to the shop. Alright. Back at the shop. Let's get this thing on the cherry picker. I'm so pumped, like I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. Shut up, you dork. Chill out. I'll record me opening this bag up so you guys don't get butt hurt. Oh my god, dude, it looks so fucking good. I'm so excited to unwrap this. Boom, there she is, boys. I'm definitely gonna wrinkle black these. Oh, they painted all the bolts even. That's sweet. I am so excited. I'm just gonna sit here and look at it all night. Alright, what's up guys? We are going to get this engine ready. That is the plan today. Pretty sure I got these brackets all on the right side of where they go. I gotta get these valve covers off. I'm gonna wrinkle black these. They painted them silver. I'm not going with silver. I just don't know what I'm gonna do for like the letters and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be easier just to sand these down to bare metal, paint them, and then sand them back off, or if I should sit here and tape them with an X-Acto knife. I don't know. I've seen it done both ways. I'm gonna put the old spark plugs back in for now, so I don't have to worry about anything falling down in there. Oh yeah, there was like a few of you that got like upset when I said I thought this engine was fully built, just wasn't built good. It was. This engine was completely rebuilt. It just, like, nothing was even torqued down. Like, everything on that engine was new. Just, it was like done in a backyard. Like, even bearings weren't, like, even rods weren't torqued down. But, like, everything is brand new, like, with, like, no miles on it. I don't know, even the engine builder said that. He was like, yeah, everything was completely rebuilt, just wasn't good. He said it, and he also said that they used silicone, like, on everything. Like, there was, like, silicone on every single thing, like water pump, everything. Instead of having an actual gasket, they just used silicone. I've been having bad luck with stuff being delivered on time. I ordered a gasket kit for this. Well, first, I thought the engine builder would have, I assumed that they got a gasket kit, so I would have all the gaskets that they didn't, like the intakes and the exhaust and everything, but they didn't because I got upgraded head gaskets, so they didn't buy a gasket kit. They just bought gaskets as they needed them. So I ordered a gasket kit, just a cheap one off Amazon, because I was like, doesn't really matter, intake gaskets, stuff like that ain't that like important. And then it just never came. It just said it was canceled after it was supposed to be here. So I ordered a good one for like 200 bucks. I ordered a whole gasket kit for this engine. You guys can have what I don't need. So like if you need better head gaskets and stuff like that, everything I don't use, just hit me up. You can have it, because I ended up getting a good gasket kit. I can't remember what it was. I looked at probably a dozen of them before I ended up pulling the trigger, but once it gets here, I'll show you what it is. It should be here today. Like I said, I am going to get these valve covers off. First, I'm going to put the old spark plugs back in, so I don't have to worry about anything falling in there. Oh, and I got to clean up the oil filter thing. I'm not going to paint that. I'm just going to clean that up real good, get all the grease off of it, get that on, and then we're going to start putting brackets back on. I still got to find pulleys. This is all like my old shit. I got new lifters and everything. I honestly don't remember where this goes. I'm going to have to try to figure out where this went. I left it on the engine and they took it off. If you know where this goes, leave it down in the comments. Alright, let's get these valve covers off. It just sucks because I know these are nice valve cover gaskets and I don't know if I'll ever use them now. I think I'm just gonna paint it like this. I'm gonna scuff it up and paint it. Make sure I don't get any paint on the inside. Might tape down here. Alright, let me get the other one off. Yes, I threw plastic over this. I know there's gonna be a couple of you that are like, start talking shit, because I didn't film it. It's covered. Alright, I think I'm just gonna try to hit these with a Brillo pad and see what happens. Especially since there's already primer and paint on here. I might just be able to scuff them up and paint them. It's pretty rough. Alright, that's the only thing I'm taping off because I don't know how I feel about getting paint in there and then it getting hot and chipping off. I don't know about that wrinkled black shit in the valve. I'm just nervous. There you go. There's a simple answer. Alright, what I'm doing, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to tape these off. I think I'm actually just going to get these like really nice and polished. Like right now I'm hitting it with 400. I think I'm going to go to like 1,000 grit so the paint doesn't stick that good to the letters. And then all I have to do is pretty much wipe it off with like a 600 grit sandpaper. And hopefully it'll just come right off the letters. I think that's the best way to do it. It's not like even if I just took a thing of sandpaper up against it, it's going to want to peel. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it to you. I think, I might be wrong, I think if I just took sandpaper across it normally, like if I just took 220 right across it after I'm done, it's still going to want to peel paint that's stuck to it. So I'm going to try to polish these up so paint doesn't even want to stick to them at all. That's the plan. Everything else is already scuffed up with the Brillo pad. That's what the can says to do. So I took a second there and I watched a couple YouTube videos because I've never used this wrinkle paint before. Some people are stripping their valve covers down the bare metal. So the can doesn't say to do that. I don't know if that's what I got to do or what. The can says scuff it up with a red Scotch-Brite. That's literally what it says to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to follow the can because I don't feel like doing this 20 times. Alright, that's up to 600. I'm not going to record me sanding everything. I'm probably going to go up to like 1,200 grit. So I ended up lying. I'm at 4,000 wet. I don't know. This might just be a whole bunch of wasted time, but I don't think so. I think if I can sit here and get this polished up real nice, the paint won't stick to it as bad. Alright, there we go. Can't really tell if it's going to show up on camera or not, but I got the letters looking like a mirror. So hopefully paint doesn't really stick to them. I can pretty much just wipe it off. Alright, I'm going to clean this up with some final wipe, degreaser, and paint it. I'm like nervous. Like I did everything the can said to do. It's like weird. You got to like do one coat just to get it tacked up. Then put another 2 coats on it. Let that dry for like 15 minutes. And then the more coats you put on there, the more wrinkly it'll get. So it's like, how much wrinkle do I want? I don't know. I'm like ridiculously nervous about this for some reason. Alright, let's put a second coat on. What are the odds I'm doing the valve covers and the wind's gonna blow leaves everywhere? There hasn't been a gust of wind all day. First that bug landed right in there. I guess he just decided that was a good spot to sit at that moment. And then there hasn't been wind all damn day and then the leaves are gonna start blowing everywhere. I'm gonna let this sit for like 15 minutes, take it back outside, do another coat. This ends up not coming out right. I'm just gonna sand it all back down. I'm just gonna do regular black because I actually like that. I'll just do a gloss black, but hopefully it comes out looking like the Huracan valve covers or intake. Those aren't valve covers. You can't really see through the glass, but hopefully it comes out looking like that. All right, I'll bring you back when I paint it again, I guess. So I ended up looking up a couple people doing this on YouTube. You know, all the Honda guys use this paint for like their red valve covers, that wrinkled red look, and I swear to God, every single person is different. Like one guy was like, oh, you gotta do multiple coats, 15 minutes in between, and then you'll see it start wrinkling. And then another guy was like, no, you just do 3 coats immediately, let it sit overnight, and it'll wrinkle on its own. So what the fuck do you actually do? Do I sit here and keep painting it until it wrinkles? Or do I just leave it right now until it wrinkles on its own? They literally both said the exact opposite shit. I don't know, I'm gonna let this sit probably another 5 minutes. That'll be 15 minutes. I'm gonna put another coat on it and see if it starts wrinkling. Alright, I don't really know, man. Hopefully I didn't screw this up. I just watched another video where this guy says you pretty much have to use a heat gun. He says you heat it up in between coats. to help dry it, and you don't have to use as much paint. I'm now on my 3rd can. The one video, the guy was spraying it and it was wrinkling in front of him. This is not wrinkling for me. I'm gonna let this tack up and I'm gonna take it inside and let it sit for a couple hours. It says you can reapply within 2 hours, so I guess this time I'm gonna let it sit a good hour and a half. I'll come back out, and if it needs another coat, I'll do another coat. Alright, it's been about an hour, nothing's really happened. So I'm gonna put another coat on it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I really followed the can, exactly what it said to do. I don't even know how many coats that is. That's what it looks like. I'm just gonna let it sit for another half hour, I guess. I just don't understand why, like everyone else, it starts wrinkling when they spray. Like it's magic or some shit. Mine's not doing any of that. It's definitely like rough, but it's not wrinkling. It's like it's almost wanting to wrinkle. Like I guess I'm just gonna keep putting coats on it. I just don't know if I should take a heat gun to it. I guess I'm gonna hit it again. This back one's starting to wrinkle, I guess. Just barely. Honestly, this looks like shit. That'll be what, 5 coats? 6 coats? Hey man, that just looks like shit. Alright, I'm gonna let these sit. I'm gonna take them back inside. I'm gonna let them sit for another half an hour. I'm gonna have so much paint on here and I'm gonna be able to see the letters. It's definitely starting to look better, but I need it more wrinkled than that, that's for sure. So, and this side right here isn't wrinkled at all. I don't understand what's going on. Been about another 45 minutes, I'm gonna do it again. There we go, that time it wrinkled right up. So yeah, it just takes a lot of coats, and I think the longer you wait, the better it is. Alright, I did a couple of coats off camera. So, it's like 4 hours later. These sides are not wrinkling. I don't know what to do. The top is starting to, like I said in the last clip. I don't know how much more paint to put on this. I really don't. The can says don't let it go longer than 2 hours. If you want to recoat it, you gotta do it within 2 hours. This looked better before I put another coat on it. See, that back one's not looking bad. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I definitely want it better than that. I'm just gonna keep coating. I guess I'll let you know how many more I do. Alright, well, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna let it sit even longer. I started this at 7. It is now, started this at 7 this morning. It is now 6 o'clock. It's gonna be 12 hours at least. I've read the can 10,000 times today. I don't know why the sides keep getting smooth. The top like starts to wrinkle, but then there's spots that aren't wrinkling. The can says touch up spots that aren't wrinkled enough for you. So I do that. I come back and they're still like that. I don't get it. Looks like I'm gonna end up just having to get paint stripper and soak these in a big ass Tupperware bin of paint stripper and paint them gloss black, because I'm not gonna go through this again. Something's obviously going on with mine. I've watched like 10 videos and these kids are sitting here with one can doing a Honda valve cover and 3 coats, and it looks amazing. They literally spray it on, let that dry, spray it on, let it dry, spray it on, and it's already wrinkled up before they're even finished spraying. It looks great. Like, I don't even know if you can tell on camera. It's just like that. It just looks like that. Right there. It's horrible. Look at this. I do not get it. The one guy said try it to heat it up with a heat gun. I tried doing it just on this corner. It does nothing. I'm not going to sit here and melt all the paint. Right here I hit with a heat gun. Just right here. Did nothing. I don't know what else to do. I've watched multiple videos of people using the same exact shit and it works fine for them. And you guys know I didn't cheap out on the prep work. Oh, this is very disappointing. I was super excited about this. I was in a great mood today. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my valve covers done. They're gonna be fucking great. All right, next day, and the shit looks fine. Hey, fuck me. There's definitely way too much paint on here, though. I just don't understand, because even like videos that I watched, it would wrinkle as they were spraying their last coat. And people were like, if it's not wrinkling, do another coat. I ended up putting like 20 coats on this. So, I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can really tell in like the numbers, or in the letters. But like, there's a lot of fucking paint on here now. It came out sick. I don't know how good it shows up on camera. It looks like carbon. It looks like forged carbon. That's a lot on there, though. I think if I would have done less coats and just left it, they would be bigger. Probably look a little bit better. I actually don't know if it'd look any better. I think I like these small ones. the small wrinkles. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple more hours. It says don't touch for 24, so I don't want to start sanding and peeling everything off. I just don't know what to do because I put so much paint on that if I start sanding, it might start peeling. But it came out sweet, that's for sure. I had a really rough time with this. I came out here this morning thinking that I was just gonna strip this down. I ordered paint stripper on Amazon last night. I did. I ordered like 5 gallons of it. I was just gonna put this in like a big Tupperware bin and let it soak for a day and start from scratch with just probably regular black. But it actually looks good, man. I'm gonna go edit some of this video and see where I'm at. This might be the end of it. If it is, I'll see you in the next one, which is gonna be today. All I did yesterday was paint those valve covers. I'm not playing, like, a lot of it will probably be edited out now, but I for sure did at least 20 coats, because there at the beginning, I was doing what the can said. You do a coat, wait 5 minutes, do a coat, wait 5 minutes, do a coat, and then on your 4th coat, it says it should start wrinkling. Well, it didn't start wrinkling. So I just kept trying stuff, and it wasn't wrinkling for me, so I just gave up and let it sit. Like I said, I thought I was going to have to strip it, but it came out great. So I don't know what to tell you, how to do it. I don't know if it would have looked the same if I would have just left it at 4 coats and walked away. I don't know. I definitely like it. We'll see what it looks like once I sand these. If I mess it up, I'm just going to go gloss black, because that was a nightmare to do this.
I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm ready to flip and end up in prison the rest of my life for this shit. So my mama ain't want me, she got an abortion, I end up surviving this shit. And if I want a son, I ain't got the money, I'll probably be robbing.